Welcome back to the Conspiracy Outpost. This week we are talking about Lassane Parish Crooks, or as you probably know him, Tupac Shakur. Is he alive? Did he indeed die that night in the drive-by shooting? Or is he a zombie roaming the earth, waiting to tell people about the changes he has in store? Well, let's figure it out. I'm your host, Casey.
I'm Mike.
I'm Matt.
I'm a jaw tight Joe.
What the fuck? Did you say jaw tight Joe?
Jaw tight Joe. I couldn't think of anything.
Jaw dropping Joe?
Jaw dropping.
As we know, we already went through his birth name, but I guess he was renamed Tupac Amaru Shakur, if that's how you say his middle name. And I guess he was named after Tupac Amaru II, the descendant of the last Incan ruler who was executed in Peru in 1781 after his failed revolt against the Spanish rule.
See, I did not know that. That's fucking awesome.
So his mom renamed him, and she said, "I wanted him to have a name of revolutionary indigenous people in the world. I wanted him to know he was part of a world culture and not just from the neighborhood." So that's why she renamed him that.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
He was born June 16th, 1971, died September 13th, 1996.
Question mark.
Yeah, that's up for interpretation. He sold more than 75 million records worldwide, and both his parents were Black Panther Party members.
I knew that.
Yes.
And I actually have notes on the Panthers too, so I want to get into their parents.
Two of his albums, All Eyes on Me and his greatest hits ones, went diamond.
Nice.
That's another fun.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they went diamond.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Is that above platinum?
I don't know if that's.
I think diamond's like the best. I think the diamond.
If we're talking about like Apex Legends or like Warzone, I believe there's gold, platinum, diamond, and then top 500, right?
Yeah, whatever the fucking thing was, it put him under like the greatest songs in like history of music, pretty much.
Oh, he was ahead of his time for sure.
Yeah, well, they said Tupac is one of the most influential rappers of all time, really.
The man was a rapper, a poet, an actor, an activist, a fucking visionary like most people haven't seen. Like his music.
He's a very smart man, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He discussed social issues about he discussed social issues in inner cities, and like he was a symbol of activism against inequality. Like the shit that I mean, his music told like real stories about things. The man's like
it told about the actual social injustices that were happening to the young, well, not just the young, just the Black community, really. And the what's it called? That's why he got a lot of backlash too. Is because he was saying all this shit's happening, and they're like, "Oh, no, it's not."
That's not what's happening. Yeah, he's got a family history with Black Panthers and everything. So, like Casey was saying, like, so he comes from a background with like a background where he's seen and heard about all the injustice, not just living them, but knowing the history behind them. His mom was convicted of Casey, I don't know if you wrote that down because I can't think of it on top of my head.
She wasn't convicted, but a month before, I got it right here.
Yeah. Not convicted. She was acquitted of them, but she was accused of how many crimes?
Yeah, so here, I'll tell you. I got the whole little note right here. So a month before Tupac was born, his mother was tried in New York as part of the Panther 21 trial, and she was acquitted over 150 charges.
And then,
holy shit!
They try to get her with They probably try to get her with every charge imaginable.
Well, the Panther 21 trial was a group of 21 Black Panther members who were arrested and accused of a planned, coordinated bombing and long-range rifle attacks on 2 police stations, an education office in New York in 1969. Who were all acquitted by jury in May 1971 after revelations during the trial that police infiltrators played a key role in organizing roles. So they're the ones who set it all up.
Now tell him about the stepdad.
Crazy.
The stepdad. Oh, I didn't really get anything about the stepdad. I got his godfather and his godmother.
His stepdad got some charges too about a robbery or something. I can't remember. I would have to look at it. Ooh.
And well, his godfather, Elmer Pratt, he was a high-ranking Black Panther member. He was convicted of murdering a school teacher during a 1968 robbery. And after he spent 27 years in prison, his conviction was overturned due to the prosecution concealing evidence that proved his innocence.
What the
That's
fuck?
fucking crazy.
His godmother, Assista
Like, seriously,
Shakur.
27 fucking years?
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
The
Our
fuck,
bad.
man.
Okay, his
Yeah, it's
stepfather.
fucked up.
Prosecutors are a bunch of fucking assholes, care more about their win than what's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they had the
Matulu,
evidence that proved his innocence, like, what the fuck?
Matulu Shakur, who was a stepdad, spent 4 years among the FBI's top 10 most wanted fugitives. He was apprehended in 1986 and was convicted for a 1981 robbery of a Brinks armored truck.
Oh,
during
shit.
which police officers and a guard were killed. So that's what it was. It was something
He
fucking
went like
crazy.
full fucking like Grand Theft Auto on him.
Yeah.
So this one, his godmother, Assista Shakur, she's a former member of the Black Liberation Army. She was convicted of first-degree murder of a New Jersey, state trooper, and is still wanted by the FBI.
What?
That's what I said. That didn't make
She
any
just
sense
like
to me.
fucking
I was
dipped
like, how did
out,
she
got
get
out of the country?
Yeah, I guess so. But they said they convicted her of first degree, so I don't know if she escaped or like I didn't go into it. But I was like,
if she possibly made bail then dipped out.
yeah. But I doubt they would let someone get bail off of killing a polich officer, though,
Yeah.
especially back in the day too.
Oh no, Tupac shot two unarmed unarmed off-duty cops, and then got off on bail of I forget how much. But actually, we missed that.
It wasn't even that much, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It was. I think it was just like fucking just like a
something
like a $25,000 bail or something like that. Like
that's
it wasn't
a lot.
even high.
That's a lot then.
Oh,
back then,
in the 90s.
yeah, back then it was a lot.
Might not even been that much. Let me check.
We missed a very
I
crucial
have it in my
thing.
notes somewhere.
I mean, it's crucial to me. He only had a music career of 5 years, and he got like that.
But look at how much
That's
music he put
insane.
out.
Yeah, he put
Like,
up
he
a
was-
lot of music.
Like he was.
And this shit was memorized,
He
wasn't
did
it?
a prison sentence during then too, so he wasn't
Yeah.
writing the whole. I mean, I'm sure he wrote. Into
Oh
it.
yeah,
He
it was.
wrote, he wrote a lot.
post-
Actually, this is a true story too. I think he said it in a documentary a long time ago, so I don't remember the details of it. But white supremacist guy came up to him in jail and said, "My daughter's a fan. Can I get your autograph?" And he knew then that he was making a difference because a racist piece of shit.
Well, like in prison, you might come across like people who are part of the Aryan Brotherhood but are not racist. They're just there to be protected.
Yeah, I guess that's.
I mean, I've seen that shit in movies. So
yeah,
it is true. My dad, when he was in prison, he did say a lot of the new younger white guys, they would always end up with the Aryans because they'll protect them.
Somebody told us once when we were kids that if you went to jail, if you're white, hanging out with someone that wasn't white, the Aryan Brotherhood would beat your ass. So it's like you're either with them or they're gonna beat your ass for being
that
friends with
sucks.
others. Yeah.
the same team.
What I was gonna say is that so his bail, Tupac's bail was $25,000, but I doubt that he had to pay that whole thing. I'm sure he only had to pay whatever it's like 10% of it or whatever it is, you know.
10%.
Hey,
Yeah.
if you're
So whatever 10% of 25,000 is, that's what he had to pay, which is honestly not even going to be that much, especially if you have a
$3,500. $2,500. You
Oh.
get rid of a zero.
okay,
I'm not good. I'm not
You
good
guys
at
know what-
math, Mike, off the top of my head
hey,
like
you
that.
guys, I just thought of a joke. What team?
I
Are
always
you,
Google the
if you're a-
percentages of things.
if you're a white guy in jail, what team are you on in flag football? The Skins.
I thought that was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be like a gay joke or something, like bending over or something. That's
Well,
why I was
there's
going
definitely
with it.
gay shit going on there too, but I was trying to take the high road.
Dude, you know what that joke kind of reminds me of? You guys remember in fucking Dave Chappelle, Charlie Murphy playing basketball against Prince?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we're
And he's
called
like, we'll be the shirts, you'll be the blouses.
They're all laughing,
And then he
he's like-
fucking wins, and he's like,
Yeah.
He's all laughing. It's funny because he's doing that whine thing. He's like, you can tell he got upset or whatever. He's going, like he's doing a weird whine. And then, when he wins, he's like, game blouses.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what it's like. Yeah.
I fucking love Chappelle's show.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, that was the best back in the day.
But yeah, so
Show.
he
Ow.
so due to his mom
Love that intro.
she found it like so she was having a difficult time finding work, and she had like a drug addiction. So in 1984 they moved from New York to Baltimore. And
Baltimore.
so they bounced from
Yep,
Baltimore.
facts.
There's some details in there too. Okay, so he went to Baltimore School for the Arts in the 10th grade. He studied acting, poetry, jazz, and ballet. He even performed in a Shakespeare play depicting timeless themes now seen in gang warfare. He would recall. He was also the Mouse King and the Nutcracker. Okay, so yeah,
Dude, that's pretty fucking cool, man.
Are we gonna bring up Will Smith's wife too?
yeah, we can go ahead if you want to hop
yeah.
on. And I was trying to fast. I just thought that
I didn't
was
have anything about her. I just wanted to say that.
Oh, okay, yeah, he befriended.
Dude, I'm pretty sure if I recall
Casey, watch out behind you! It's Will Smith.
They were friends. They were friends at the school. I just thought it was important to bring up the fact that he actually had a little bit of an upbringing in the arts. So did Dave Chappelle.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
If I recall correctly, even after Jada Pinkett got with Will Smith like early on, there was an interview where she still said that Tupac's still the love of her life.
Her heart still belongs to Tupac or some
Yeah.
shit like that. That's what
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah. I think she said that more recently too. Like I think
which
she's
poor
like, oh,
Will
she never
Smith,
got
man.
I know. Fuck, dude, that guy.
You'll never fuck me as hard as Tupac. Basically, sorry.
Oh,
I was
you think your
translating.
dick is big, Will? Just ain't Tupac's cock.
You sure
Talk about
can't
him.
compare, Shakur.
Dude, could you imagine that if they get into a fight and she just brings up, it's like, not only are you a worse rapper, you're worse at this.
No.
It's like,
No. They get in a fight,
destroys
and
him.
he knows that what she said, he'll remember for the rest of his life. So when they get in a fight, he'll say all kinds of shit. She just starts fucking quoting Tupac. She just start reciting his lyrics and just random songs, and he's just pissed.
She just walks away. California love. Ooh, and she just walks in the other room.
And then Will Smith is sad with one tear rolling down his eye, looks in the mirror, lifts his shirt up, and across, instead of Thug Life, it says Wild Wild West on it. So another important thing, yeah. So
yeah.
He took poetry classes. Layla Steinberg.
That explains why his like raps and
Yeah.
shit are so fucking
and
good.
they're very like poetic sounding.
Well,
So
a lot of people attribute as Tupac as a philosopher, like
He
a
was a
philosopher
philosopher.
rapper.
He read
Yeah,
what
like I
was
said
it?
earlier, he's a very smart man.
Was it just Cal? What is it? Gibran?
Khalil Gibran, yeah,
Yeah,
or Gibran. I don't know how you say
Gibran.
that.
Pronounce it. He was really
he's
big
a
into that
poet.
guy.
He was really yeah.
He was a
that's a
philosopher,
poet?
wasn't he? Wasn't
He's
he
a
also
poet. He's a philosopher and a
Oh,
poet.
that's dope. Yeah, see, I never heard of him.
He
before.
has a lot of things. I actually quoted one of his things about family on a gift I gave to Anna with the picture of her family. And when she first got it, she was like, "Is this something they got the name wrong?" And I was like, "No, this is a quote from him. I only felt it was appropriate to put his name at the end of it because it is a quote by the guy." But she thought they put the wrong family's name on it. But I was like, it's only appropriate to put the person who wrote it on there.
Hashtag giving credits.
They seem to give us
credit where
Middle
credit's
Eastern
due.
families.
I think they switched it up.
They got the names wrong.
But yeah, so with the poetry class he attended, Layla Steinberg was the teacher for that. She became his like manager, and she organized a concert for him and his rap group Strictly Dope.
That's a cool name.
They were, well, his name at the time was MC New York, which is hilarious to me because the West Coast, East Coast. So,
that's not as cool of a name.
She She managed to
MC
get him
New York.
signed
I
by-
bet you there's a fuck ton of MC New Yorks running
Yeah,
around
definitely.
back in the day.
But yeah, so she helped him
I'm
get
MC
signed
Hollywood. Woo!
by Ultron Gregory, who's the manager of the group Digital Underground. He ended up being placed by him in 1990. He placed him with the Underground as a roadie and backup dancer. So he was a backup dancer for a while for Digital
That's
Underground.
wild.
Dude, he had a lot of.
That's,
He did a lot of stuff.
He did
yeah, dude, he's
music,
super
fucking
talented. He
acting.
was in the arts like crazy.
Disappears, fucking magician. Like, I don't know.
I don't think I know
It's crazy.
anybody
He
in
has a lot
Digital
on his
Underground.
resume.
Yeah,
He was just super talented in
I wish
so
I
many
had that
ways.
kind of resume.
And out of all this like shit that he was really good at, he was like, "Fuck, dude, I'm gonna try the music. I'm gonna do music. I'm just gonna fucking go into this," and then fucking just blew up.
Mm.
It's,
Well,
I
it's
guess
like
that kinda-
music.
that was
Music
kind of
allows
his-
you to express yourself in an amazing way that you can
Yeah.
do you can do in poetry, but to do it to music, you could also set a tone with musical themes, which is fucking awesome.
hmm Dude, and it was cool because it was like he created this character, like his artist, like or him as an artist created like this. I mean, yeah, it was just cool. It was just really cool what he did with it.
Yeah, so I mean, fast forward to Tupacalypse Now was his debut album. Strictly for My Can't Say the Word was released in 1993.
Oh, Kendrick Lamar said it's okay. He'll bring you on stage.
So Strictly for My Can't Say the Word was the second album. It was released in February 1993. In late 1993, he started the group Thug Life. So I mean that was his group there. Fast forward again. Also in 1993, while visiting Los Angeles, he met Notorious B.I.G. Notorious B.I.G. asked a local drug dealer to introduce him to him, and they quickly became friends. That's their first like run in. They did stuff. Shakur's third album was Me Against the World, and in 1995, 1995. All Eyes on Me. I'm just scrambling these now. Fourth album, All Eyes on Me, arrived on February 13th, 1996. So then we got after his alleged death, his fifth and final solo album was already finished. The Don Killuminati, the 7-Day Theory, under the stage this was under the stage name Machiavelli. It was recorded in 1 week in August 1996 and released that year. So then there's some posthumous albums. Are You Still Down? 1997. Greatest Hits. 1998, which is one that went diamond. Still I Rise. 1999. Until the End of Time. 2001. Better of Days. 2002. Loyal to the Game. 2004. And Pac's Life. 2006. I was just trying to speed through the fucking albums, but then I was.
Were some of those later albums just like singles that they found, or were they full albums?
I think like greatest hits were fucking things that he had. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
I haven't listened to every Tupac album. I assume they took verses from things, but I could be wrong.
Well, it's like I know that was like some rock and metal musicians that have died and they've released stuff afterwards, like the band stuff after the band broke up. It would be like singles that they just found, like demo tapes or something like that.
Linkin Park's about to release the new album or a new song. Sorry,
Stuff that they just found like in the vault, so to speak, and so they would just clean it up a little bit, put a fucking master it, and then fucking put it out as a single. Just random ass songs. So I was wondering if some of those were that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not even fucking fully convinced that
well, that Pac's Life album,
they were
that
all...
one came out after he was obviously dead.
Yeah, was that a full album though, or just one song?
Yeah, no, that was a full album.
Oh damn! So maybe he just had a bunch of stuff recorded that.
But
was
how do you say his name? Suge Knight? Is that how you say it? Suge?
Yeah.
Suge Knight.
So Suge Knight, he actually had until like a little bit ago, like not, I don't know how long ago, but it was like more like not more on the recent side than the later side, you know? But he had a bunch of Tupac songs, like hundreds of his songs locked up, and he had all the rights for them.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So I don't know if any of you guys ever heard.
So he just had to master them and put them out.
Yeah, if he wanted to, he didn't have to. Like, he can hang on to those as long as he wanted to and be like, oh, I'm going to release this year. And then it'd probably fucking blow up because everyone's like, oh, shit, a new Pac song out? Yeah. But now he's in prison, so, I mean, I'm just...
because his ass...
And he doesn't have the rights to him anymore either, so...
I think Snoop does, doesn't he? Snoop,
I think his mom does. Doesn't his mom have all the rights now?
Yeah, somebody...
Well, Snoop bought Death Row, and I think he bought a lot of the rights to a lot of the artists.
I'm pretty sure his Pac's mom has the rights to his shit now.
You're probably right.
How fucked up would it be that
I don't know who does though. For sure.
Because I don't know if you guys ever heard.
Well, Snoop bought Death Row, so
some of those Michael Jackson songs that came out after he died. I
was pissed.
Isn't actually Michael Jackson. It's a.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys.
Matthew used to see this one song. Yeah, Monster. All
Monster.
The time.
Yeah, that's not
dude,
actually.
It wasn't even.
It's not actually Michael Jackson. The singer came
featuring
out
50.
saying, that they had him go in the booth and sing it. That it's not actually. I don't know if the actual verses.
Did they have like a demo by Michael Jackson? Then they had someone come in and mimic them.
I don't know if that was the case, but this guy, maybe that.
Oh, dude, he sounded fucking on point. If you could listen to that song.
My thought is possibly they probably had a rough recording or a demo recorded, and then they brought in some musicians to fill it out, and then they just needed to get someone to mimic the vocals.
Yeah, but the guy came out saying that he did the vocals for it. But it's like, what if they did that with Tupac too? Like half of these songs are just somebody else doing verses he wrote. I mean, you could find notebooks. I'm not saying it is.
Also, with a lot of this,
this is a real.
A lot of this stuff. I mean, this could have been like shit that. If it's demo tapes that someone comes in and re-record, it could have been stuff that he fucking recorded on a goddamn tape recorder. You know?
Yeah, true.
It could be.
Yeah, this is back. It's back when the floppy disks were fucking in their prime, man.
Floppy disks.
But yeah. So Tupac. Okay, so those are some of the albums. I probably bought some of that a little bit.
Dude, some of these younger listeners probably never even heard of a floppy disk.
So yeah. So So some of the popular movies that popular to me, I mean, everybody. Well, Juice is popular to everybody. Poetic Justice is popular with everybody.
I've never seen him.
I've seen Juice.
He's the bad guy.
I've never seen any other movie that he was in though. I was looking at him and I was like, I don't think I've seen any.
Well, the fun fact about Poetic Justice is I think it was another documentary I seen. They wanted him to get an AIDS test for the sex scene with Janet Jackson, and he refused to do it. It turned to a whole thing because he got upset.
Well, he got offended by it. I've heard about that.
Yeah,
which
asked, and this was him saying he asked Janet Jackson for a phone number, and she gave a phone number, and he called it. And it was a fake number.
But yeah, I heard about that Janet Jackson thing, which is one. Yeah, I can see how you get offended, but two, it's like if they're swapping saliva.
Yeah, what I was trying to say before was another fun fact was that I don't know if it got all choppy. But Tupac asked Janet Jackson for her phone number, and she gave it to him. And then when he went to call it later, it was a fake number. And it was him that said it in the fucking thing. So I mean, he said it was like.
As far as that story goes, like one, yes, that'd be kind of insulting. Just you assume I have AIDS, that's kind of fucked. But then again, it's a professional setting. No, it's a professional setting. It's someone you don't know. It should be a procedural thing to go do that, especially if you're swapping saliva. But if there's no kissing involved in the sex scene, it's a movie. There shouldn't be penetration. So
I was gonna say, was he penetrating?
Like, I don't know.
How realistic were they trying to go for this?
Like, why?
Rubbing.
You know, why do you need an AIDS test?
I think
unless they are making out.
I think they're afraid that his fucking pre-cum was gonna bust or whatever cloth was covering their genitals. So, this is a fun fact I didn't know either. He was actually supposed to play one of the characters in Menace to Society, but
oh shit,
he assaulted the director on stage. Because there was some issues with the fucking script. So even with all that, later on.
You wrote the script. Those just smacks him. This is a good script. This is a really good script.
This is a really good script. My mom ain't raised no bitch. But the director later on even said that because he was bigger than the movie, that he would have outshone like the rest of the actors in it. There was also there was another movie too. Oh, Baby Boy, which is actually a really good movie. Tang used to put on, Matthew. I don't know if you remember. Tyrese Gibson and Snoop Dogg was the bad guy. He was like the asshole guy in it. Well, he was supposed to play the role of Tyrese Gibson in it, but no, that was who he had in mind to play him at first. But fuck, what happened?
I don't know.
What do you mean?
Looks like you forgot something.
Yeah, I did. I forgot something. Oh, okay. Nah, it wasn't anything important. The guy, he had Shakur originally in mind. Oh my god, dude, I can't fucking talk. Ultimately, the set design includes a Shakur mural in the protagonist's bedroom.
Hey, Joe.
And it also includes the song Hail Mary. What the fuck?
Jesus in the Lamb.
Damn it. Okay, so he had him for the role in mind, but instead, another good movie that I don't think I watched the whole thing. Tang used to show me scenes of it, but it was gang related. Him and James Belushi were the main characters in it, which I thought it's still crazy to me because they just seem like a weird pairing to me. But
Like Jim Belushi?
Yeah, Jim Belushi. Did I say James?
Yeah, you said James. I was gonna say, is that like his brother or something? I wasn't.
No, his brother's name is
finish,
John. His brother's name is John Belushi.
Wait, is Jim Belushi everyone according to Jim?
Yeah.
What? His real name's Jim?
Well, it's James, but Jim is a short version.
Oh,
of
yeah,
James.
yeah. According to Jim,
James.
yeah, according to Jim, yeah. So, yeah, but his brother's John Belushi. His brother died.
I thought his brother was Bill Murray.
Why the fuck Murray and there's no such thing as
James
a Belushi and Murray in the
James
same
Belushi
house.
looks like a fatter Bill Murray.
No, but yeah, no. So I just thought that was a weird pairing, but they actually had really good chemistry. I thought, unless there's issues on set, I don't.
I've never seen it.
I don't think I watched the full movie. Tang used to show us all these movies. Sometimes he wouldn't show.
Tang would show. Tang would be like, "Hey, have you ever seen this movie?" And be like, "No." And then he would fast forward halfway through, and he'd show you some dope ass shit, and then he'd just turn it off and never tell you the title of the movie.
That's what he actually did. That's what he actually did with this movie. So spoiler alert, because I'm gonna pull a Tang here. They both stab each other in an alley, but they stab each other where there's not organs, so they can stay the night in the hospital, so they have somewhere to sleep.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So they like do that. Yeah, they stab each other and areas, whatever.
I'd rather be like, hey, let's
had to be at the point,
super drunk and
to
show
do
up,
that.
say we got alcohol poisoning.
Oh yeah.
Then we get a free IV.
I think
for our hangover.
I don't know, maybe at the time that movie actually was released after Tupac died. So that movie was released after his death. But at the time of filming in big city hospitals, they might not have taken you like that. Like it might have been something like mortally wounded. I don't know.
If I was, I don't know. I always felt like if I was in a bad way and I had nothing else to turn to, and I was on the streets or whatever, or whatever situation you may be in, I always like wanted to do like a petty crime that I know you get locked up for at least 30 days, but nothing like crazy. Just go into a bank and be like, hey, I'm gonna urinate in the corner and just call the cops on me, please.
Dude, I was gonna say, or just go into a police station.
Then you become a sex offender.
No, if you go to, oh, maybe you're right. Now they'll try to get you for everything.
Yeah,
depends on. I don't know.
Like, go to you know what I mean? Like, just do something.
Like, if it was just me and a friend, I would go to a bar and get in a fight.
James Belushi.
Just fight each other for a minute. That's a good idea. That's a fucking Mike. Look at what the fuck.
Yeah, I'd be like, Matt, we need a place.
What do we do without you?
Let's go to the bar, get a picture, and then fight.
Yeah.
And like you just like, oh, we're just gonna box for a few minutes, and then the cops will get called and you'll be good to go.
We'll just go there on
no groin, okay?
We'll go there we just go there Super Bowl Sunday and we'll just talk shit.
Yeah, but then you risk some serious injury.
Dude, James Belushi played a recurring.
But then you get a hospital, drugs, and in jail.
Oh, there you go.
James Belushi was a recurring cast member of the TV show Gargoyles. He was the character.
Oh, nice. I didn't know.
He's the only character that they didn't use animation
Like
for.
only our age group, only our age group appreciates that reference. Right there
I think
for fucking gargoyles.
And you know what? I think Gargoyles is actually on Paramount Plus.
I think it's a fat one.
I think, but I know Rocket Power's on there though.
Oh, nice. Let's continue with this Tupac stuff.
I got his information on his shooting altercations he was involved in before the shooting of his death.
Well, he also got shot. Are you talking about him shooting other people or being shot?
No, him being shot. Yeah.
Okay.
Or him shooting other people. Well, it's both. It's both.
Well,
but yeah, I got them in chronological order. We can do with the. So we'll talk about the one in Atlanta first. That happened in.
I love Atlantis.
Atlanta, sir. This happened in 1993 on October 31st. Tupac was arrested for shooting two off-duty police officers, Mark and Scott Whitwell. Sorry. They were brothers. The police claim that the shooting occurred when the off-duty police officers and their wives were almost struck by Tupac's car that he was in, and they were arguing, and then Tupac shot at the brothers in the ass and the abdomen. And there's a conflicting stories to the whole thing. They say that Tupac was a victim to racism, and the police were harassing him because he was a black driver, and calling him racial slurs. And then
that's how they painted it, like in the movie. If you ever seen the
I haven't. I actually was going to watch it, but I didn't. I didn't watch
All
it.
Eyes on Me or something like that.
Yeah, but they. I guess Mark.
I think Jada Pinkett Smith got.
He fired on them first, and then Tupac and his entourage fired back in retaliation.
But when I watched that like biopic movie, the dramatization of it, not the documentary. I've seen the documentary about Tupac too. In the dramatization one, can't talk. They painted that situation where the cops were fucking with him, and like he couldn't, like they started a fight and then he didn't know they were cops, you know.
Yeah, and that's so that's what he ended up getting charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault. Mark Whitdale was charged with firing at Shakur's car and later making false statements to the investigators. Scott Whitdale admitted to possessing a gun he had taken from Henry County Police Evidence Room.
Ooh.
Prosecutors dropped all charges against both parties. Mark Whitdale resigned from the force 7 months after the shooting. Both brothers filed civil suits against Shakur. Mark Whitdale's suit was settled out of court, while Scott Whitdale's $2 million suit was resulted in default judgment entered against the rapper's estate in 1998.
That was in Atlanta?
Yeah. Why
do you always hear about like LA and Atlanta police being complete fucking assholes?
It's like,
and like racist as fuck. Like it's like,
I was gonna say, yeah, it's like those 2 places are literally the most like, those are the high profile like racist community cops. I feel like that's where they get the most publicity. I feel maybe. I don't know, or maybe all the other departments just keep it all hush hush.
You just probably hear about it more over there.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not all cops are bad.
No, but there's assholes everywhere.
Yes, and that's the problem. Like
no matter what profession you're in, there's assholes. The police force
is like a breeding ground for like people who were bullied in school. Like they ended up end up being in the police department a lot of the times, and then they just they get their I'm in charge of you now. I can do whatever the fuck I want. You got to listen to me.
Like seriously, like why aren't more cops like us? Like if we became cops, we'd be like the most laid back.
We'd be like super troopers.
But we probably wouldn't. We would
when
not.
I was younger,
dude, we would
when
not.
I was younger, I did want to be a cop. No, yeah, see, that's the problem.
We would not make our quotas.
Did want to be a cop.
Quotas.
And then this one time, I was
people leave all the time.
I would go hang out and like pull over fucking rich assholes at like country clubs.
Oh yeah.
Well, see this. So
slow down, brother. Where are you going?
So when I was little, I was like, most kids are like, oh, I want to be a cop. But when I was older, I was like, yeah, it'd be kind of cool to be a cop. I was like, because it'd just be fun to mess with people, you know. That's all I do is just mess with people. Like, just hey, you're going 26 out of 25. License and registrations, please. And just mess with people. And occasionally you get somebody who's, riding dirty or whatever. But, I would never be like, oh, just because I was messing with them, I'm like, oh, I'm not going to arrest you now or fucking take your car.
I would have a problem if I was a cop because of Super Troopers, because that is one of my favorite movies. And I would do shit that was in that. Like, that would have a problem, meow.
My problem when I wouldn't be able to pay attention, is like, how fast you're going? It's like, no, what? And it's like, you're going to 26 and a 25. This is
I'll
a
do
40 mile
55
per
and
hour.
a 54.
It's like
I was thinking that too.
This is a 40 mile per hour area. Oh, well then you're going too slow. 26? Were you just insulting an officer? That's not against the law. Yes, it is. You can't insult me. That's assaulting. It's all assault. You know what I mean? You're doing some type of assaulting. You're being salty. That ain't what we're doing here. You get on the fucking car. Why are you doing this? Because I didn't like the way you looked at me.
So this next one is the 1994 Quad Studio shooting that happened in New York on November 30th.
That's the one he thought that Biggie set up, right?
Yeah, so James Jimmy Hinchman Rosemond, that's his Jimmy Hinchman, I guess, is his fucking nickname or some shit. But he offered Tupac $2,000 to stop at Quad Studios to record a verse for Little Sean. And Tupac was unsure if he should go or not, but he needed the money, for his legal fees and shit from, obviously his bullshit that he had to deal with a year prior to this with the police shooting and stuff. And I'm sure other legal issues that he had going on with his cases and stuff. We're not going to get into all that. But so when he arrived with Stretch and two others, and then they were in the lobby, and then three men robbed him, beat him at gunpoint, and then Tupac was shot eventually. And
how many times? Like 5 times or some shit like that, 5 or 7.
I actually didn't write down how many times he was shot on that one.
Fun fact about that,
am I thinking about 50? Or
he got shot. I know one 50? Of the times he got shot.
Oh,
he got
rapper?
Shot near his dick.
I thought you were saying he got shot 50 times. Like, fuck that.
There was a documentary. I don't know if it was his dad, stepdad, whoever it was, but he said he went to go see him after that first shooting. And it was like, everybody's saying they shot me in the dick, but they didn't. He's like, oh, and he's like, no, look. And he said he pulled his pants down and showed him they didn't get shot in the dick because it was like near his dick, or that was just a rumor that he got shot in the dick. I can't remember. It was a long time ago. It's like, oh, I believe you, son. And it's like, he
should be asking Jada.
And he's like, see, look,
that's
see, daddy, see, daddy, look, my dick's still intact.
Could you imagine
see the way that it wags? No.
Could you imagine getting shot in the dick? That would suck.
Oh, it would.
Like, not only because it would hurt really bad and probably also like fucking hit your testicle too, but like, dude, that's reconstructive surgery to you for your fucking urethra and healing, and then you still have to piss.
Yeah. And then you still have to curse the world.
They'd probably put some tube in your bladder so it would bypass that while it was healing or some shit.
When you get
they'd have to, I think. I don't know.
You would
I have no idea.
Then you would curse the Lord's name. You would curse the Lord's name when you got phantom boner syndrome.
I should tell funny.
Don't do that. Like, I was taking a drink when you said that.
All right, continue on.
So after the whole thing, Tupac said that he believed it was a setup. Oh, actually, I should say this first. A few hours after he was done with surgery, he left the hospital against doctor's orders and went to actress Jasmine Guy's house to recuperate. He said that he believed that it was a setup, and then the next day, he went to the courthouse to receive his jury verdict on his sexual abuse case. And then that's when he posted that $25,000 bond and spent the next few weeks being cared by his mother and a private doctor at Guy's house. And Tupac was under the protection of the Fruit of Islam and the former members of the Black Panther Party while he was recuperating. They had an armed guard for him.
I mean, that's pretty fucking dope. I'd want
that's
an armed
what I'm
guard.
saying.
I would want an armed guard if someone just tried to kill me and I was like recuperating.
I looked up the Fruit of Islam and they're like a legit fucking like group. Like I don't even know how they even got them to guard Tupac. Like I don't know the connection. I didn't look up the connection, but they're like a fucking like military group kind of deal.
Wasn't he Muslim?
Was he? I don't know.
I have no idea. Like, I'm
I
just
couldn't
assuming
tell ya.
because of what you just said.
But
I
that's
could be wrong.
The man had a very powerful voice in like the black community, and it just spoke for poor people in general. I mean, it was mainly for the black community, but I mean, he had a strong voice. I mean, that's very threatening.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if people hear him, people want
people kill for a lot less, and then when you are speaking things that are speaking to people's souls, and then other people don't like with the way that you're talking,
and this is still in a time. This is still in a time where hip hop wasn't fucking taken serious for the longest time. Hip hop was a derogatory term for hip hop. They called them those hip hoppers. It was a derogatory term they made up for rap because they said it was stupid. It wasn't real music, them hip hoppers. So they took that and they turned it into hip hop. But I mean, it was originally meant to be like a shit talking thing, and they turned it.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's like those hip hoppers. Like it was a derogatory thing. It's like they took a word.
I never knew where hip hop came from. Like I knew where rap came from because it's rhythm and poetry.
Yeah, and like MC Master of Ceremonies.
Yeah, but what he brought up about what you brought up about having an influential voice, both of you were touching on it. It makes me want to probably next season want to do the conspiracy that Martin Luther King was killed by the CIA.
That'd be cool. We should do it in February. It would make sense because his birthday. But I mean, with somebody with a voice like Dangerous, it becomes dangerous to people that, that don't want that specific class of people or whatever they would call it.
For sure. Like, dude,
they don't want
they're changing the narrative and they want to keep it the way it is.
Yeah, just like today, man, like fucking
they don't want black people to be heard, and they don't
right
want
now is a good time to be a conspiracy podcast because of all the shit that conspiracy theorists, they're like going 40-0 right now, man.
But this is also this is a time where hip hop is getting to the point where it's the most popular fucking music genre at the time. Like it's hitting.
It's been popular it was the most popular for quite a while.
80s is when it was starting to blow up.
It surpassed rock and roll.
90s was the
2000s.
90s was an insane time. If you think about the East Coast versus West Coast, it got on a violent level. Rap beefs got on a violent level.
I mean, remember when we were doing the 27 Club? Oh, sorry. Remember when we were doing the 27 Club and when we were going through the members, how many rappers died in that amount of time?
Yeah.
By being shot?
It's crazy. So, but like these rap beefs go on a street level with shit. And maybe people got afraid because the West Coast, East Coast thing, it got violent.
After the Quad Studio shootings in 94, an interview that Tupac did in 1995, he accused Sean Combs, Jimmy Hinchman, and Biggie, who were all at Quad Studios at the time, and he said that they set him up or they were privy to the information or robbery or shooting, And then months after the attack, Combs and Biggie released a track called Who Shot Ya? And Tupac took that as a mockery to his shooting. And then in retaliation, Tupac then released a track called Hit 'Em Up. And in that song, he targets Biggie, Sean Combs, the recording label. And he even throws in Moss Deep and Chino XL. And then in June of 2011, a convicted murderer known by the name of Dexter Isaac issued a confession that he was one of the gunmen who robbed and shot Tupac at Hinchman's order, which was the original guy who invited Tupac over to go record the verses for $7,000.
That's fucked up. Like, what the hell, man? Like, seriously?
If that's true. Well, let me tell you some background about Dexter.
A fucking dick move on the part of the dude that invited Pop.
He was a mad scientist.
No, he was. Yeah, well, yes, and he had a sister named Dee Dee, but he was also a known liar too. So that could have been
a murder.
A completely false statement as well.
Hey, fun fact: Chris Webby has.
He could have just been trying to get some clout or some shit, like nothing.
It's just.
Chris Webby has an album cover with the Dexter shit, and it's called Webster's Lab. Wait, Webster's Laboratory? I can't fucking remember right now. I don't know. He's dope. He's from Connecticut too.
So this is the moment we've all been waiting for. The Las Vegas drive-by shooting.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is like, not only is there like a lot of theories on who done it, but there's also that he faked his death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I just
So
watched
let me give you the details as everybody knows them of his shooting, and then we'll get into all the conspiracies and all the fun shit and his zombified. You know what I mean?
Hey, we had.
I never heard zombie stuff.
I'm just kidding. I don't have any zombie stuff. I just threw that in the front because I'd be like, "That's interesting," you know. That'd be. I needed a filler right there, and I thought zombies was where it was.
The fuck, man.
All right,
I'll tell you why when I get to the conspiracy, and then I'll explain why.
MGM Grand Hotel. Is that where you're starting?
I've been there.
Well, I took notes on it. If you just want to read about it, you can.
Oh no. I'm fine. I was just saying that's.
But
that's
where we're heading to. On September 7th, 1966.
1996.
Tupac was 96. Sorry, my bad.
You dumbass. 1966.
I went a little dyslexic and my 9 flipped upside down. I don't know.
Dude, did you guys think that was funny? I had that thing that was 919. I was like, clever little bastard, because it was upside down.
The 616.
All right.
So 1996, sorry about that. Tupac was in Las Vegas to celebrate his business partner Tracy Robinson's birthday at a boxing match against it was Bruce Sheldon and Mike Tyson, and Suge Knight was with him as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so after the match, somebody in the lobby in the group spotted Orlando Baby Lane Anderson. He was an alleged Southside Crip who was accused of trying to snatch a Death Row's Records medallion in the mall, and then a big ass fucking fight ensued. And then so Tupac went back to his room with Suge and then they went to the nightclub, Club 662, and they were in their black BMW. And then at 11 p.m. on Las Vegas Boulevard, which is where the strip is, a bicycle cop spotted the car, or not spotted. Well, I guess he spotted, but he stopped the car for its loud music and no license plate. Which, time out real quick. I didn't even know bike cops could even stop vehicles. I thought that was like a pedestrian shit. But
is it a bicycle?
Yeah, he was on a bicycle. That's why I wrote it.
It wasn't a motorcycle.
Wrote it away.
It wasn't
it was a pedal bike. Yeah, that's why I wrote it like that, just so I.
They must have seen the lights or something. There must have been lights.
Who doesn't try to outrun a fucking bicycle cop?
I know, but
you know what the fucked up part about this was, if they did get arrested or booked that night, like none of that shit would have went down after that.
Yeah.
That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, so they were blasting music in the car, as you would, driving around in LA. Not LA, Las Vegas, sorry. And Las Vegas or LA, if you like. But Las Vegas. But they didn't have any plates on the car.
Song was playing? The song that was blasting, this might not line up with the timeline, but it's like, cops put the lights on, chase me, zigzagging to the freeway, race me. I'm cutting out certain words because I can't say them, but it's funny because that's one of his verses. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess
wait, did you say the Flamingo Road part? Because that's the funniest road to get stopped at.
No, but I got a story about it. Is it Flamingo or it might have been Tropicana? I don't remember. But when I so they got stopped with the no license plate.
I'm sorry. I jumped ahead to the shooting of the Flamingo Road. My bad. Whoops. Spoilers.
God damn it.
Oh, you're good.
Sorry.
No, so they ended up finding the license plates in the trunk or whatever. So the cop that was on the bike released them without a ticket. All good to go. 15 minutes later, at a red light, a white 4-door Cadillac sedan pulls up next to the passenger side and fired into the car. And Tupac was shot 4 times. Once in the arm, twice in the thigh. twice in the thigh. Sorry, once in the thigh and twice in the chest. And one of those shots entered his right lung.
Dude, that's a
And you
shitty
said that
way
was
to die.
what were you gonna say about Flamingo? I don't have any notes
before
about
that. I was
that.
gonna say there was another shot fired when he said "fuck you" before getting hit.
Oh,
No,
really?
it said the thing that I seen was
Apparently, like when the cops showed up and were like, "Who shot you?" He said, "Fuck you" to the cops.
no, that's what I'm saying. Another
Yeah.
shot was fired. He's like, "Fuck you." It's like, oh shit, shots fired.
Yeah.
No,
Okay. There you go.
that's what I was trying to say. But no, it was saying when he was driving with Suge Knight, the car pulled up alongside them at a stoplight on Flamingo Road and opened fire. It was saying the road was Flamingo Road. At least that's what
Because Las Vegas Boulevard goes this way, so Flamingo would be like a cross street. So it's probably at like a crossroad.
So you have all the streets memorized because you used to live there.
I don't not memorized. I know some of the main ones, you know. But yeah, I did used to live there.
Yeah,
But
humble brag.
Humble brag. No,
I don't know all the roads. Just know the main ones. Hashtag humble brag.
Now I was gonna say, okay, so this is what I was gonna say about it was either Flamingo or Tropicana. I don't remember, but I feel like it was Flamingo.
They're
Or it
both
might not have been
very,
either of those. But regardless of the street name, there's this bar that's in Vegas, and it's in like a weird spot. It's like there's like a sex shop right next door, and then there's the bar. But the bar, like, there's the front of the building, but you can't get into the bar in the front. You got to go around to the back alley and come in through the back door. And then it's a super dark bar, only lit up by neon lighting. And
are you telling me the Suge Knight stopped there to get flashlights?
No, what I'm telling you, if you go to this bar when the Las Vegas Knights are playing the hockey team, it's free drinks, anything you want, as long as the game's on.
Oh wow!
Damn.
Yeah, we got fucking ripped that night, man. Let me tell you, top shelf shit, anything you want, man. They just give it to you.
Did you also?
I want to do that.
Did you also fight a Southside Crip in the bar?
No, I did not. But Suge, he was hit in the head with some bullet fragments and shit. Tupac's bodyguard, he wasn't in the car because he was tasked of driving his girlfriend. I don't know how to say her name. It's Kidia Jones, Kidada. I don't know how to say that.
We'll just go with what you said.
Kidia. That's how I. But he was taken to the University Medical Center of Southern Nevada, where he was put on life support, and 7 days later he died at the age of 25 on September 13, 1966, from internal bleeding, and he was pronounced dead at 4:03 p.m. His official cause of. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, just judging by where he got shot, that's a shitty way to die because they assume he drowned to death on his blood, right? Because it hit his lung.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys ever saw the pictures.
Yeah,
of his
autopsy. No, I don't have anything about the autopsy, but I just have he was what his cause of death was. His official cause of death was respiratory failure and cardiopulmonary arrest associated with gunshot wounds.
Yeah, so he wasn't dead on impact. Like they
no, he drowned.
Yeah, they sedated him. They tried to get him to the hospital. They got him to the hospital. They're trying to do whatever. And
that's a shitty way to die.
Eloquently put it. I was a little hurt. Well, I mean, obviously of the death, but when I was younger, I thought that I would get a deep ass dope voice like Tupac when I got older, and I still end up getting a voice of bitch made. So like I was hurt because I was like, this motherfucker's only 25 and he sounds more like a man than I have, and I'm fucking 31. I'm a little hurt.
So this is just a rumor. I don't know if this is actually true or not, but Tupac was cremated the next day, but members of the Outlaws recall a line in his song Black Jesus, and they smoked some of his ashes after they mixed it in with their weed. And this was the line: "We died clutching the glasses filled with liquor, bomb elastics, cremated last wishes. word I can't say, smoke my ashes. High sigh, why die wishing, hoping for possibilities. I mob on, why they copping me sloppily.
This is another fun facts about outlaws, and I
Like
can't.
I said, I really need those last two lines, but the first two is what he said. My last wishes, smoke my ashes.
I think I was like a teenager. I can't fucking remember, but I'm pretty sure one of the Outlaws members' cousins killed one of the other Outlaws members. So there's a little like juicy Game of Thrones like fucking thing there.
Oh, really?
I just can't remember which ones. I want to say it was God damn it, what's his name? Whatever Gaddafi. He had the dopest verse in fucking
Gaddafi. That's all I ever think of.
Me too.
He had
His ass
the
play.
best verse to me in
Hardcore ass
fucking
play.
Hit 'Em Up. Matthew, he's the shirtless guy in the video, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Why can't I fucking find him? Yeah, there we go. Yaki Gaddafi, Tupac's god brother.
His name was Yaki Gaddafi.
Yaki. Got me all yaki.
What a fucking name, man. Yaki Gaddafi.
So, on November 10th, 1996, he was shot dead in Orange, New Jersey. Police found his body in the hallway of a friend's apartment building upon responding to a report of gunfire. He was 19 years old when he died. Fellow Outlaws rapper Napoleon, whose cousin Rashad Roddy Beal had killed Fula, which is Gaddafi, is Fula, however you say that.
Matthew's
said in
Irish
a
Cabinas.
2017, Matthew, you dipping out? Said in a 2017 interview that Beal had called the shooting accidental and turned himself into the police and served 7 years in prison. Fula's mother responded that his death was intentional as Beal had threatened Fula beforehand and claimed that Beal's family had also threatened witnesses. Fula is buried at the Glendale Cemetery, Bloomfield. I read that off of Wikipedia. Yeah, so it's fucked up because one of his own group members in their rap group, his fucking cousin, shot him to death. And he was the one and Hit 'Em Up that I thought had like the best verse.
All right. So the first conspiracy I got is Michael Nice. He was a Tupac security guard. He claimed to help fake Tupac's death. And he was a part of a Tupac security team before his death. He ended up making headlines when he claimed that he was smuggled into Cuba with the help of Fidel Castro. Days after he was supposed to be, that he was supposed to release the evidence, Michael died, according to reports. But in 2019, he came back after faking his own death in December 18th, 2018. And he said, this is proof that Tupac was alive because he was able to do it. So why couldn't he? And then he said, these are quotes. I'm going to put the record straight. I know it's a shock to all people who know me. But I'm back. I'm back to explain everything. I confess I faked my own death and I feel quite ashamed about it, but it had to be done, and I'm here now to explain the reasons why. And then he went on and added, I've done it again with myself. It proves that he's like, I've done it again with myself, and it proves that I got these capabilities. So he was saying, like, I was able to fake my own death and you guys believed it. So if I was able to help Tupac fake his death, why can't you believe that? You know what I mean? Like that's more or less what he's saying. Like this was the bodyguard that actually was that was supposed to be on his girlfriend detail.
Yeah, so this is you're talking about Michael Nice.
Yeah.
I actually found oh man, I can't pronounce this.
Try it.
It's,
do your best shot. Joseph, I butcher
Ichini-
shit constantly.
Ishini Studios or something like that. I found
Say
a
it
thing
again?
in Ishini. I don't know. It's oh my god.
I just wanted to hear the beginning. I thought you said
INI Studios. So they have a video of Michael Nice talking about everything. It's like a 20-minute video, less than 20 minutes. I actually watched it before hopping on today. He's sitting there talking for like 20 minutes about the details of it. His brother's his brother seems to be the one that has all the connections and all the stuff. They talk about taking Pac to South Africa. He shows a tattoo that he supposedly got from the Black Panthers on his like arm, on his bicep, basically, or whatever you call it, right front. God damn it! Here, let me camera stuff. Right here on his front of his bicep. In the video, he does that. He says he has proof. There was a video of him. There was a video of the MGM and then walking in the crowd. The people look very 90s like, but I mean, I don't know. People are people. And then there was another one on the flight to whatever, where he claimed that they switched the bodies. He said it was very poorly done, that the body was too heavy. Like he weighed more and he wasn't the same weight as Tupac. Yeah.
yeah.
So they were saying that he said it was
That was the
poorly
next
done.
one I was going to talk about. Well, after this other thing, but yeah,
they said
it ties into that. I don't know if it's like the same thing, but it ties into what
I think it is. But yeah, so Michael Nice said that his brother, whatever, they went somewhere to retrieve a body. They swapped the bodies. Tupac was conscious enough to slip away when the doctor did something. I'm botching.
See, I don't know about all that though. I only know about like I'll tell you.
In this video, supposedly, so is what he's saying, that so they snuck him out in an ambulance. They got a private jet. He pretended to be Tupac pretended to be the co-pilot of it, and then he has more footage where it's the plane that they took. I think, yeah, and then but the person that's supposed to be Tupac, it's very shadowy with a backwards hat. You can't make out the figure, but you can see all the empty seats and the guy going through each one. And then in a far off distance, you see a person. It's no different than looking at the Loch Ness things. It's like, or Bigfoot. It's
yeah, but what you said though, Joseph, ties into this conspiracy that involves Suge Knight. And so this is about his cremation. So Suge claims that he paid $3 million for Tupac's cremation the day after he died, but the man who was supposed to do the cremation disappeared and has never been heard from again. His social security number was not registered with the official Tupac's social security number was not registered with the official death index, and the person who did the cremation was listed Pac as being 6 foot tall and weighing 210 pounds, even though Tupac's driver's license said that he was 5'10" and weighed 168 pounds. And there was a planned memorial for Tupac, but it was canceled last minute. And the person, like the music CEO of the company, never saw the person who did the cremation again. And a quote from Suge was, "The person who supposedly cremated Tupac, this guy got about $3 million. Personally, from me, the next thing I know, I never heard from the guy or seen him again. He retired and left. Maybe the question is, Pac's not really dead. Pac's really somewhere else."
Yeah, see, that's
but then I thought what you were saying about the, the different weight and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, that ties into, this like cremation thing that it's actually a conspiracy that involves Suge Knight too. So maybe it goes deeper to the point that what you're saying, you know what I mean?
That's what they were saying, that they didn't believe that somebody else they believed was feeding information about Tupac's whereabouts or something like that, and so he couldn't be trusted. So that's why he was apparently well enough to get up and get out of that hospital so they could swap bodies after the doctor left. But they couldn't trust one of the other people. They said the agency, something, whatever it was. He didn't give any. It was very vague of who they were trying to get away from. But the whole time I was watching this video, I'm like, why is he giving up all this information now? The part that really got me was he was saying that Black Panther people were asking him, well, why would you? Because they're the ones that organized the private jet to get to South Africa, where he claims Tupac is right now, is in South Africa. And they were saying, why would you help whatever? And he's like, and I told the Black Panther people, like, because I'm on the side of justice, like the law and everything, or for what's right, not the law, but what's right. And then he was like, if I wasn't white, I'd be one of you. And then he said that they said, you are already one of us. You're like an honorary member. And he said that that's not a thing. And he said, well, it is whatever. And then they're like, we're gonna give you the mark. And he's like, and I didn't get this tattoo just done. It's real. And he showed this Black Panther tattoo on his fucking arm. But that whole part seemed like I got a very big white savior feel from it.
Yeah.
That's the feeling I got, where he was like, yeah, and then the Black Panther said I was one of them. And I was just like, yeah, if I wasn't white, I'd be one of you too. I mean, with his accent.
My thing I wanted to ask was, like, so the cremation guy was in on it, is what they're saying at that one?
They're saying that because the cremation was, or that they rushed the cremation. I don't know exactly. The fact is,
the guy took off
really fast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's probably
took
what it
off
was.
or was killed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's
he was supposed to show. I didn't see the other video, but supposedly he had another video showing more proof that that he had more like photos and everything of proof that Tupac's still alive. He said the only reason Michael Knight said the only reason that he is talking about it pretty much is because, and I was thinking the whole time, why the fuck are you talking about it now, blabbing now? And it's apparently because the FBI sent a thing saying that or not FBI, the CIA said they acknowledge, like, whatever, they know that Tupac is alive for sure, and that they know exactly where he's at is South Africa. So they're aware that he's alive. The fact that I'm assuming the moral of the story is the fact that he's still alive. It means that they're no longer, whatever agency was after him is no longer after him. But they are fully aware he's living in South Africa, and due to something going on, he can't come back to the US or something, which makes no sense because, the internet, videos, everything. The internet is fucking whatever. Hobson isn't allowed in Australia anymore due to shit that happened with his baby mama, but it doesn't stop him from making 1,000 videos about it. Like it's like, dude, it's like this guy's not thinking of modern technology when he's saying all this shit. Like, Tupac can't come face to face with America right now. Doesn't make any sense to me.
So with Tupac, what you're saying about the sightings, we actually have in 2004 a video surfaced showing Suge Knight joking with a man that looks eerily identical to Tupac, but with no tattoos. And the video was uploaded to YouTube at the time. And then
how funny would it be if all of his tattoos were fake?
Yeah, I know, right?
Part of the persona.
13 years after his death, a video obtained. I don't know if I'm saying that weird. By TMZ showed a video of Tupac drinking beers in a bar in New Orleans. Some claim that he's in East Africa and has been seen with his friend Yaki Gaddafi, the founder of Outlaws hip hop group. And this man claimed to have seen him in Somalia. In 2020, a private investigator claimed that there was proof of Tupac being alive and living in Belize. And then a new photo shows Tupac being in his 40s, posing with a fan in his restaurant. Not in his restaurant, but in a restaurant. Sorry. Those are just some like random sightings that I read about. Just like little quick ones for you guys. But back to the conspiracy side. Well, I mean, I guess those are all conspiracies too, just like random sightings of him. But nothing that we need to really get into. I mean, unless he was, because all these sightings were all in different places. So unless he was hopping from place to place, like, oh, he gets spotted, I got to move, maybe. But his name is how do you say it?
Machiavelli.
Machiavelli.
Yeah,
Machiavelli.
he was a dictator, and that's why Tupac took the name. There was a
Machiavelli also faked his own death. Or it's talked about like hold on. He either faked his death or Machiavelli is like a thing that like came back from the dead.
Niccolo Machiavelli did pretend to fake his death.
Yeah.
But so a conspiracy about that is because he went by the name Machiavelli. If you switch around the letters around, it says "Am Alive K." That's what you get if you.
I like okay, yeah, I've seen that one, but I've also seen the one that he did Machiavelli because he was about to fake his death, and that's what Machiavelli did.
Maybe.
Yeah.
This is the one I read about that one.
Like that is alive. K. That's I am whatever you said. That's fucking stupid. It's like there's a K afterwards. It's like yeah, because you're fucking reaching, bitch. Like the other one where it's like, well, Machiavelli faked his death and then he named his. He started going as that right before he died. So it's like, there you go. Like it was a hint. He's like, you know what I mean. That one makes more sense.
There's a conspiracy. Well, everybody knows this one, but well, not everybody, I'm sure. But Suge Knight was he was the one who orchestrated the.
That's the one I've always heard.
That's
the killing.
That's the biggest one, other than the whole Cuba thing.
Although no link has ever been proven, Suge was also charged with murder after running over two men in an argument after the Tupac movie.
Dude, he did it. Was it the Tupac movie? I thought it was the Straight Outta Compton movie. Maybe it was.
No, it was the All Eyes on Me.
Oh, was it
2015?
Oh, okay.
Like, dude.
Yeah.
Wait, have you ever seen the thing where I'm pretty sure it was Dr. Dre and Suge Knight? There's a video at the award thing. Dr. Dre picks up a chair and whacks him with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Here comes Dr. Dre with the chair.
Well, because that was Dr. Dre's fucking that was Dr. Dre's shit.
So I just figure out his Suge Knight shit. There's a conspiracy about the FBI did it.
Ah, big government. Yep.
They believe that the FBI killed Tupac to end violent rap culture, and this would have happened in the middle of the West Coast East Coast hip hop war, and that's what's believed to what killed Biggie as well. Is the FBI went and because they killed off Tupac and then went off and killed off Biggie.
I can see that.
I was wrong. It wasn't Suge Knight. It was some guy did it or whatever, and I don't know. There was a whole fight scene thing. I thought it was involved in Suge Knight. I haven't seen this crap in so many fucking years. I can't remember. But yeah, my bad.
Yeah, that is your bad.
So people say that he left clues in his lyrics.
I've heard this
about his murder. On Richie Rich's Word I Can't Say Done Change, he rapped, "I've been shot and murdered. Can't tell you how it happened word for word, but best believe that Word I Can't Say is gonna get what they deserve."
It's almost like he's been shot before. I mean, right?
On another song called Life of an Outlaw, he raps, "All for the streets, fame on how to be managed. I planned shit 6 months in advance to what we plotted. Approved to go on Soul. Now I got it."
Was that 6 months before he died?
Basically it's supposed to be like a I don't know if that song came out 6 months before he died, but he's saying like 6 months in advance they already plotted his death or whatever, Those are just some of the
but both of those can be
ones.
attributed to the fact that someone tried to kill him. Someone plotted to kill him.
Yeah. Well, in Tupac's later career, I believe that he was getting paranoid and believed that people were trying to kill him.
Wouldn't you, if you got shot and you thought that one of your good friends did orchestrated it?
Well,
Wouldn't you
yeah,
start to get a little
definitely.
paranoid? I would.
But what he was doing, he was getting paranoid and he was recording a bunch of music because he was fearful that he was gonna die. So he was just doing track after track after track after track, just to get his music because he was afraid he was gonna die. And ultimately, he either did or didn't. We will discuss that as we get further into these conspiracies on the fucking 7-day conspiracy. This one, Tupac's fans have noticed the number 7 is a frequent consistency. Sorry, throughout his life. He was shot on the 7th of September. He was at the age of 25. 2 plus 5 is 7. He officially died at 4:03 p.m. 4 plus 3 equals 7. His birthday is June 16th. 1 plus 6 is 7. And some people believe that he would return. That he was going to return after 7 days. Tupac's The Don Killamonte, the 7-day Theory album, was also released under the name and featured him as Jesus Christ on the cover. Also, that we know, if you believe in Jesus, he came back in 7 days as well.
I thought it was 3 days.
According to these notes, it's 7 days.
Bro. My family goes to church and I get high. Don't ask me questions about the Bible.
Well, okay then.
But I thought that was pretty cool though, with all the he died at this time.
yeah.
He was this age. All these coincidences.
I really dislike any kind of theory that involves time or any numbers, and you have to add them or do math to them to make them fit the number scheme. And it's like,
yeah, if you take what this day was, this building was built in 1805. Now minus 40 plus 36 negative 5. Don't forget that negative 5. Let me tell you. And then you're going to get the result of what age this building is. And then you're just staring at them like, the fuck did you just say? The fuck did you say to me, motherfucker?
yeah.
No, so I got a couple more for you, unless you guys got some.
Nope.
No.
Nope. Okay,
You got
so
6 minutes.
I got fucking as long as I need. So we got Orlando Anderson. He was a gangbanger. He was supposedly gangbanger was the killer. Orlando Anderson, Pac was involved in a fist-to-fist fight with Anderson while walking through the Las Vegas MGM Grand following the Mike Tyson fight. Anderson was later shot to death in Compton very soon after Tupac's death following a gun battle that left 2 other men dead. So they believe that this guy was in that's why I wrote it weird. They believe that Orlando Anderson was the killer of Tupac. And then that's why he was shot shortly afterwards. Yes, sir. They believe that Snoop Dogg had connections within the Crips gang, and believe that he could have put a protection order on Pac's life to stop any potential hits or threats on his life, but he did not. So that's a conspiracy as well.
Yeah,
Snoop Dogg's
he wants to eventually create a channel for children on YouTube. I don't know what YouTube is yet, but it's gonna happen. He's like, no, I have to.
I want to do shit with kids. Do math like these are your quarters, eighth.
Oh God, you're a piece of shit.
No, so my last conspiracy thing that I have real quick, and then I want to go into one other thing. But so the last conspiracy that I have, this theory claims that he set up a new life for himself in Scotland. and has been photographed with a list of A-list celebrities over the years. And there's a photo of Tupac and Beyonce posing with each other outside of a nightclub.
Huh. That seems like, yeah, that seems likely. Like if he was gonna fake his death, it seems like he'd probably still have like some connections, people with money, you know?
It's crazy. Scotland, of all places, out of all the places that he's been, that they've said that he's been bouncing around, all of a sudden he's just up in Scotland.
Yeah.
What a curveball. You never expect it. What a place to go,
loves haggis.
Right? That would be the last place that anybody would ever look for a celebrity that faked their death. Oh, where'd he go? Didn't go to fucking Scotland. That's for goddamn sure. So this other thing before I get into this, does anybody else have any conspiracies? Because I'm done on the conspiracy end of it on myself.
No, like, again, I didn't really look up much.
I don't want to get into final thoughts just yet. I just want to, because I want to talk about some other documentary thing real quick. But then we can get into final thoughts.
I didn't get any chance to get into conspiracies. I don't know. It's been a busy week. I was rolling off of some things I quickly read and then stuff I remembered from the past. I mean, one thing I can tell you, if you want a final opinion of who I think was a better lyricist between Tupac and Biggie, I thought it was Biggie. To be honest. Yeah, I think Tupac has a stronger voice. Biggie sounds like an ordinary guy, honestly. It was his writing that made him like it's what attracted you. The Biggie was his writing. Tupac was good because he had a message and his voice very powerful. And so when he rapped, like he had a lot of meaning behind his words, but I'm speaking on a like a wordplay level. Biggie was more like Biggie was more complex of a lyricist, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Biggie was saying it had a message that was more important than Tupac's.
I also feel like the production value on Pac's was better.
Yeah. I think Tupac sounded cleaner. He had a stronger voice. He had a stronger message than Biggie did.
Well, he also multi-tracked his fucking raps too.
Oh yeah,
vocal wise, like it,
but I mean,
it has the production.
He probably had better connections to fucking.
Dare I quote Biggie's song with Ari Rugman? Nah, I'm not gonna do it because it's hella nasty.
Do it.
Ain't no dick like the one I got. Big rip the twat in the basement with weed spots, even vacant lots. Like he just the way that he raps, it just fucking bounces whatever. That's from a song called "Cunt Renaissance." If no one's ever listened to it. Biggie and Ari Rugman is actually one of the nastiest fucking songs. But it's like take it out the anal, fucking biggest fatal, dangerous. You could see me swing the Jimmy, and when the Henny's in me, I'm fucking green bitches like Kurt when the cum spurts. I'm out, bitch. You know what I'm about, bitch. Hit 'em, quit 'em, forget 'em, fist fuck 'em, dump 'em in the truck and. I don't think we can keep all that because I don't know how that works when you're reciting lyrics. But anyways, it could go on.
Because he would say is by whoever, quoting whoever.
Yeah, by Biggie, but I didn't do the Biggie voice. Ain't no dick like the one I got. Big rip the twat in the base. I can't even do a Biggie voice. But no, Biggie's delivery, not delivery necessarily. It just his wordplay. I think he had better like wordplay with stuff, but also his messages, like that song. That's not a good message to anything. Tupac had more meaning behind his words. So I'm gonna retract what I said before. I think that
you thought Biggie was the biggest, better artist, not the biggest artist, but the better artist. But you thought Tupac
he was definitely bigger. I don't know if he's got big puns.
He's a better wordsmith. He's a better wordsmith.
He's a better wordsmith, but also the words don't mean okay. Example: Eminem. Eminem will vomit words that rhyme, but they have no meaning to him half the time. That's why when people say
Eminem will also do a whole song that just spews off a rhyme after rhyme after rhyme after continuity after continuity. And I feel like all rappers do the same thing.
Yeah, but it's like the words don't mean anything if they don't connect to something. Tupac has a better message. Biggie is a better lyricist. So they both have their own points to me.
Yeah, I like both of them. So they're both good in my book. The
They both got their own quality. Continue. My bad. I'm sorry, dude. I'm
No,
over arm wrestling with myself with these cobras.
I'm arm wrestling with my penis, but we don't talk about that online. No,
You make my day.
you. So this documentary called Tupac Assassination: Conspiracy or Revenge. So this documentary is about the unsolved murder of Tupac. Obviously, it's produced by Frank Alexander, one of the bodyguards of Tupac. The film is a series of interviews by key players and witnesses. Suge Knight is said to have owed artists over $104 million. Shakur was threatening to take his masters and leave death row after his last album, The Dawn Killamonti, the 7-Day Theory.
It's
Killuminati?
instead of it's Killuminati. Wait, Killuminati?
Illuminati. Oh,
It's
that's
like
okay.
it's like Illuminati, but it's
Illuminati.
Killuminati. Yeah.
Okay,
it's
gotcha.
like
That-
Illuminati, but Killuminati.
After you said that, now I'm reading it right.
He was really into fucking I think Tupac was really into conspiracy shit in general, honestly.
Probably. He's
So
probably
he
a
created
fucking-
his own.
But yeah,
He's
like
probably-
and if
he's
you guys
probably a
didn't
key
notice
player.
if you guys didn't notice Outlaws, because the Gaddafi name, it was all dictator Machiavelli, Gaddafi, it was dictator names.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was the whole fucking thing with that. You had God damn it. They had their like fucking side names. It remind me of D12 because in D12 Eminem had their like there were 6 of them and they all had an alter name. So there's Eminem and Slim Shady. Everybody else had different fucking names. But I thought all of them had different fucking names. Yeah, see one of them Castro, Hussein Fatal, Saddam. Oh, well, because Saddam Hussein was the name. Napoleon was one of them, and Mussolini. They all had dictator names. That's what he had the Machiavelli name. Couldn't remember all of them. I had to look it up real quick, but they all had dictator names. That was the whole point of the Outlaws. Well, the namesakes.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, that's why Tupac went under Machiavelli in his last ones. But yeah, sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. I was just that.
Oh no, you're good.
Like Illuminati, like I don't know, he had clever shit with stuff like that.
So his hold on a sec. His bodyguards were told to leave their weapons, but they didn't. There's one bodyguard that didn't, but he was asked to leave or whatever. And because nobody was allowed to have their guns inside of Club 662, but because of fears that the authorities would shut down the club, but they were allowed to leave their guns inside their hotel rooms or their cars if they wanted to, because cops can't really do shit about that unless they fucking hemmed them up, But shortly after the bodyguard left, Moore left Tupac in his Las Vegas hotel. Tupac got in the car with Suge Knight, which I guess Tupac never did before. And while he was waiting at the light, he was boxed in by Trevor Lane was on the left of him. In the back of him was Frank's car, and to the right was the killer's car. And then, so this documentary has three. Was it three? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, three parts to it. So it's just Tupac's assassination, conspiracy or revenge. That's the one that I just laid out for you right now. But then there's Tupac Assassination 2, Reckoning, and Tupac Assassination 3, Battle for Compton.
I'm sorry, you saying
all...
back?
Did I? I don't know.
I don't know. It sounded like it.
I might have. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But regardless, they're all supposed to be directed by a bodyguard of Tupac, and who's supposed to have inside information and yada yada yada. I just wanted to throw that out there too.
Yeah. Is that all? Because if like
the first movie came out in 2007, second one came out in 2009, and the last one came out in 2017. I just want to throw those years out so you guys have a little reference.
I didn't look up anything, but I already had heard a lot about this, and I think I watched one of those documentaries. I know I watched a documentary about his killing and his life and stuff like that.
I watched several of them years ago.
So. Yeah, I watched a couple. It's just been a while, but I didn't look up anything. But my understanding is, if he still is alive, he's alive. But that's not really the conspiracy that I believe. Even though I wanted to, talk about it, it's an interesting one. Just like Elvis, I don't really believe it. But this one, the part that I'm just like, yeah, that's probably right, is that Suge Knight possibly had something to do with it. Like that. Oh, yeah. That I believe.
I believe that. I believe that more than I believe that he's alive.
Like, because that's just like something that has just become widely established, that Suge was a very dangerous and shady person.
A fucking psychopath.
Yeah, like that's just something that is kind of common knowledge now if you know the music a little bit, But like you brought up the one where it's like Snoop could have gotten him protection. I don't believe that, because I'm pretty sure if he thought he was in danger, he would have if he had any power to do anything, he would have done something, because they were friends. And Snoop seems like a stand-up guy. I don't know how he was. I don't really know how he was when he was younger. He could have been a fucking asshole, but he always seemed pretty laid back, other than, being on trial for murder.
He 100%. Snoop Dogg seemed like he 100% was getting laid all the time. He's like the smoothest.
Probably, man.
I don't think Snoop Dogg had like a conniving bone.
He got his mind on his money. I mean,
they were both coming up around the same time, right?
They were friends, dude.
Yeah. It's not like he was like, all right, we got to axe this dude so I get the main fucking whatever, because they both brought different things to the table. There's Tupac couldn't do Snoop songs. Snoop couldn't do Tupac songs. Like, it's not the same type of style. You bring different shit to the label. They were friends. There's no way that he personally decided, hey, we ain't going to give him that protection.
Yeah.
Because one day I'm going to be doing a music video for Tekken, and I don't want that to be Pac. I don't know if you guys ever heard that song.
That's why I think that it's like, it's probably like Suge, to be honest. It's just it. Because I had heard that thing where he Pac was thinking about leaving, and
that, or
like
those people caught up to him, like at the MGM, like the crypt, like
that's the most logical thing, but like,
or the West Coast East Coast thing. Somebody knew that was Suge Knight's whatever.
If I wasn't going to believe the Suge Knight thing, I'd possibly believe the government assassination thing.
Yeah, and that's another, very plausible fucking point, because, I mean, again, very powerful free thinker, and the government don't like that too much. There's so many different
a person who's rising up in popular culture, getting a money and voice behind him that is tied to the Black Panther Party and stuff like that.
And especially one that not only preaches peace, but has a powerful enough voice to have people riot and do violent things if need be. I'm not saying that Tupac is the voice of violence. I'm saying
only the government likes to have that power.
Yeah. Somebody strong enough to have people rise up. But I guess that's anybody, whether it's in peaceful or a violent protest.
Yeah.
Pac had the ability to do both. That's what makes him scary to powerful people. But there's so many different factors and elements, because I mean, he got involved with like gang shit too, and stuff like that whole Crip thing. It could have been anybody. Could have been any fucking idiot trying to prove himself and get himself a name. I'm the one who Pac. Like it doesn't. There were so many different fucking factors in that. But I believe heavily over the Suge thing more than I believe that he is alive.
Yeah, because it's like, wow, I'm about to miss out on possible millions, billions of dollars. How do I keep this? And kill him. Then you get to keep the rights.
Yeah. Hey, is there a conspiracy for Selena?
Oh shit!
Probably.
That'd be a good one to do.
That would be a good one for next.
Yeah, she was. I don't know about a conspiracy about her, but there probably is one. But she was killed by the head of her fan club.
Yeah,
one of her friends.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
That would be a good one.
I got final thoughts if you want to wait for Matthews.
No, we can do Matthew's last.
No, Casey, you don't have final thoughts.
I do.
Oh, okay.
I personally don't believe Tupac's alive. It'd be amazing if he was, because you know how different the rap game would be right now.
If you
but
just show
or
back
if he
up,
just
be like, "Sup?"
dropped a surprise album, you know, it's like, here I'm back.
And I'm back. You thought it wasn't going to happen.
I don't see that happening. What I believe more is the FBI killed him and Biggie just to end the East Coast West Coast beef. But
he comes back. He's like,
even
can't
if he
believe that
was-
I'm back for this. You don't help Ukraine, and that's blasphemous.
That's just so funny.
You had Trump from Home Alone in there. That's hazardous. But then you had Biden, and these gas is ridiculous. Fucking old
Dude, that's pretty fucking good, man.
That's so funny. That shit was hella funny. No, but I don't think he's out there. And even if he was out there and he disappeared for whatever reason and he was in hiding for this long, I was like, I just thought that he had nothing to gain from coming out of this, you know? That's basically putting a target back on his back from whatever he was running from or hiding from in the first place. This is going to put him right back out there, you know? So
No, 'cause as
if
soon
he
as
was hiding, there was no reason for him to be, you know, for him to make an appearance, unless that's the reason why he was hopping countries is to
Yeah.
start over. Is because people recognize him like, oh, it's Pac. Pac's back, motherfucker. And
as soon as the
and then
internet,
they're like, oh, he's like, oh shit, now I gotta go fucking make a new life in a new fucking country. Here I go. But that's why like some of the conspiracies, like, oh yeah, there was someone who looked like Tupac but didn't have tattoos. I feel like that'd be one of the first things that you would try to get removed was your tattoos. Those are all distinguishing marks, you know, that that people would be able to easily identify this man from.
or
but,
that man's nose ring that very few can pull off.
Yeah, but I'm not saying it's impossible that he's alive or that he had the money or means to do it. I just don't think he made it out of this one. I think he got lit up on that fucking car. It was bad luck. If that cop never hemmed him up, they probably would have been fine. If the cop would have arrested him, they probably would have been fine. But they actually got let go for once, and this is what happens. cut that last part out. But no, but like if the cop didn't stop him, or if the cop did stop him and actually arrested him on some bullshit charges, or say because they were driving with no license plate, then Pac would have been alive.
Imagine
or unless
that
this
parallel
was,
universe.
yeah, unless this was actually orchestrated and this, like, the cop was supposed to stop that guy, like stop Tupac and fucking Suge while they were driving, to give them that extra couple minutes for that other car to pull up to be able to pull off that assassination.
Like they were
maybe.
in
I
on
don't
it.
know.
That
Yeah,
would make
like-
sense to delay the traffic long enough for them to meet up on Flamingo Lane or whatever the fuck.
It's a road, but yeah, it's
Yeah, don't try to correct me, all right? Don't case-plain this to me, my guy.
No, but yeah, that'd be a cool conspiracy. Well, not cool because it's fucked up. 'Cause someone who was fucking immaculate died. But like, if that was the reason, it's because that cop had to stop him for so long. Like that cop didn't know the reason why he was stopping. It's like, oh yeah, stop this fucking car coming down the way, and he stops him, you know. And then, but the real reason was it was just to stop him long enough, just to put their assassin in point of the target. You know, I don't know, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that they died. I believe that might have happened. You know, I believe that might have orchestrated that way.
The thing you're not
that's what I-
considering about that is that stop, whether it happened or not, they could have been being followed, and they just pulled in. The white car just pulled into a fucking parking lot, waited for the traffic stop to be done, and then fucking continued on their way.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we don't.
They could have been like,
could've-
we're about to blast them, and then fuck, are they getting pulled over? Shit, you know, and then so they just pull into a parking lot and they wait. You know what I mean? And then they see him drive away, and they're like, "Well, let's get this done then." You know?
Yeah, it could have easily been anything. Matthew, what are your thoughts about the Tupac conspiracy? What do you got on this?
Shit, sorry, because my constant bounce between physical and digital reality, I have found myself suffering from withdrawals when away from the mainframe, or as I call it, the Matoverse. What, don't like the name? Well, kiss my automated anal data leakage. Anyways, back on topic. Well, shit, I am not even sure really. It's a mystery best solved by the new and improved Scooby-Doo and gang. The woke one. Is it just me, or does this new Velma series seem a lil off? I don't know, maybe 'cause it lacks a sexy dog. Call me old-fashioned, but I love a good old tale about a boy, his dog, and censored zoophilia.
Well, Matthew, that was a very a good take.
Thank you for your input, Matt. Thanks for listening, everyone.
My God, what have I done? What I believe to be the next step in an evolutionary vacation spot / rebirth from the shackles of our fleshy hell has now become a prison within my own mind. Echoing my thoughts in a well-grammared female voice. Am I automated? Is the next step eradicating the human mind altogether? The only thing that keeps me sane is grasping onto the most important things from my humanity. Friends, family, the way people with turrets scream homophobic slurs to the world. Thank you for contributing to the call of our collective conscience known as the Conspiracy Outpost.
I just thought it was funny. I wish it would have paused more. It's like friends, family. The way people with Tourette scream homophobic slurs to the world.